Hey guys, Harrison, I'm back at it once again for a brand new video, and just when you thought this season couldn't get any more friggin' epic, Valencia, of all places, produces one of the best races I think I've ever seen. What an incredible race. Let's get right to it because I've got so much to cover during this race, it's not even funny. Fernando Alonso wins an all-time classic after starting on the field in 11th place. Typical Ferrari had a great start, but there was a whole heap of mistakes from other people which got him the win today. Let's be straight honest with here. From the start, Sebastian Vettel from pole dominated the rest of the field. The first half of the race was all Sebastian Vettel. He was pulling away at the rate of about a second a lap. There is no better offensive driver in Formula 1 than Sebastian Vettel when he gets it going, and he smashed everybody through the first round of pit stops. All the way through the halfway point in the race, which I'll get to later. Romain Grosjean from 4th went up to 3rd and then passed Hamilton for 2nd just before the first round of pit stops, while Hamilton was clearly struggling and honestly looks like he was holding the pack up. There was also a massive train in the middle of that first stint as well, between 7 or 8 cars. I think Jenson Button was in there, and Felipe Massa, and other guys like that who were in that pack, a massive pack of cars, and Alonso just burst through all of them earlier on. It was great racing, and after the first round of pit stop, things got very interesting. I believe it was Daniel Ricciardo and Heikki Kovalainen who got into a incident. Was it Kovalainen? No, sorry, I think it was. Yeah, it was the Jean-Eric Verne Heikki Kovalainen incident. I'm sorry, wrong Toro Rosso there. But he was going for a pass over the DRS zone. They tagged each other. Both cars punched at each other, and the debris on the track caused a safety car. When it got going again, arguably the most chaotic lap in the history of Formula 1. Sebastian Vettel's car mysteriously breaks down all of a sudden, stops working. Vettel is out after dominating the race. The safety car and then the engine blowout completely ruined it for him. Something was up with Vettel's car. I believe, as I record this, it's still unknown what the exact cause was. I think it could be a gearbox, but again, that's up in the air. I'm sure that'll come out later. So Grosjean and Alonso were leading the race, and Alonso was pulling away from Grosjean a little bit, but it was pretty much them two and then the rest. Hamilton and Raikkonen in 3rd and 4th. Also in that same lap, Kobayashi clashed with Massa, and Kobayashi was out of the race as well. An absolutely crazy lap. You could not have predicted what would happen there if your life depended on it. But as time went on, Grosjean had to retire as well. He was a real star today. Amazing drive from Grosjean until, again, looked like his gearbox may have conked out as he was stuck in neutral and he had to park it. So Grosjean didn't score either. What about Lewis Hamilton in his race? Well, Hamilton, I reckon, could have won this race. But yet again, another McLaren pit stop calamity ruined it for him. I believe the front jack wasn't working properly, so he had to get a new jack in to change the tyres around, and that's what completely ruined the race for him. By the time everything had shaken up in the end, Hamilton probably would have come out well in the lead if the pit stop actually went smoothly and properly. In the end, however, things got crazy for him on the second to last lap. Well, yeah, second last lap and the final lap, because his tyres had hit the cliff, he'd fallen off the wagon, he was losing time. Raikkonen had come through to take 2nd place. And then the lap afterwards, Pastor Maldonado tried the same move after the DRS zone into the chicane. Now, he's gone off the track and then come back on because Hamilton's got the inside line and given Maldonado nowhere to go. Instead of yielding, he's come back onto the track. Hamilton's there, he's tagged Hamilton, and Hamilton's gone off and hit the wall, and Hamilton was out. Eventually finished, I think, in 19th place. He was classified as a race finisher, as he did 90% of the race distance in the end, but obviously no points for Hamilton. Big news for Fernando Alonso, because he has won on his home Grand Prix, has 25 points, and his 2 nearest rivals, Vettel and Hamilton, did not score. Hamilton clearly seething after the race. Didn't fan any fires when he was interviewing with Lee Mackenzie after the race for BBC F1, but I'm sure there'll be more to it than that when things come out. Pastor Maldonado at the end, after he lost his front wing in the incident, limped home in 10th to score a point. So the top 10 as it happens, Alonso wins the race, Raikkonen second, Michael Schumacher in third place. Came back from, I think it was 12th place on the grid to take third place. A great drive from Michael, his best since he came back into the sport in 2010. Maybe some of that bad luck he's had throughout the whole season is finally going away. He's deserved this one for sure. About time he got back on the podium again. Well done, Michael. I think I don't know about you, but I speak on behalf of most people in Formula 1 and I say I'm really happy to see Michael back up there on the podium. Mark Webber, a phenomenal drive from him. Everything just seemed to fall in place for the Australian. Started 19th after his DRS wasn't working in qualifying. He ends up in 4th place, plus 15 positions on where he started, and that is 12 very valuable World Championship points, because with that he now goes to second in the World Championship race behind Fernando Alonso, who I now believe has a 22-point lead, I think it is, something like that, 20-point lead. I can't remember the exact number on top of my head, so I'm sure somebody in the comments will correct me because you guys always do that. Nico Hülkenberg, I think that's a career-high finish for him in 5th place. Great drive for Force India. Both Force Indias look very good out there today and in qualifying. Well-deserved points for Nico Hülkenberg. Nico Rosberg, who thought he was going to end up finishing in about 15th, came through the field again. I think he had the fastest lap of the race as well. Comes in 6th place for Mercedes. Paul di Resta in 7th place, representing Scotland. Great drive from Paul di Resta again to get another 7th place. Again, just like Monaco, back-to-back great weekends for Force India. Seemed to have improved the car a fair bit. Jenson Button really didn't look like he was on it this weekend again, but other people's calamities pushed him up to 8th place, +1 where he qualified in 9th. I don't think Jenson will take away much from that, but let's be honest, his weekend probably should have been a hell of a lot worse. Again, a little bit of luck goes a long way in Formula 1, believe me. Sergio Perez could have had a better position, but he ended up down in 9th after his softer compound tyres just didn't make it to the end of the race, and he was swept up the field by the charging Michael Schumacher and Mark Webber late on. But still a solid 9th place and 2 points for Sergio Perez. And as I said before, Pastor Maldonado limped home in 10th. He didn't bother going in the pits after he lost his front wing in the Hamilton incident, but a 10th place for him. I want to give a shout out as well to the two Caterhams. I think it was Petrov and Kovalainen. Both came 13th and 14th, and I think that's Lotus's Caterham. Sorry, that's their best overall finish so far. Petrov could have had some points. He was in P11, but unfortunately, he lost his front wing in an incident with Daniel Ricciardo, the other Toro Rosso. See, I've got my incidents the right way around now. But yeah, overall, what an amazing race. Absolutely crazy. You could not have predicted any of this had happened. Sebastian Vettel's going to be kicking himself. McLaren's going to be kicking themselves because they really should have won this one. But instead, they score absolutely nothing, really, because Jenson only scored, 4 points for 8th place? That means Jenson Button has only had 7 points out of a possible 125 in the last 5 races. Not good enough. Once again, you've got to question where has his form been. But overall, what an absolutely crazy race. My viewer question for you guys is this. If you saw the race, what was your take on the Hamilton-Maldonado incident? I'll be honest, at first glance, I thought it was Maldonado's fault, then I thought it was Hamilton's fault, and the more I watch it, the more I think it's a 50-50. That's just my take on the situation. I'm not a fan of Lewis, I'll be the first guy to admit that. I love him as a racer, but as a person and the way his attitude is, I don't like it sometimes. But I promise I'm not being biased in this one, I really am not. I know a lot of Lewis Hamilton fans out there, so hopefully we'll have to wait and see what you guys think of that one as well. So, hope you enjoyed the race, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought of the race below. I'd love to hear you guys' take on the situation. And I'll catch you guys next time. I've been Harrison101. Thank you very much for watching on here and on Sports Gaming Universe. And I'll catch you next time. Sayonara.
straight win. You deserve that. Good job.